Send help, they've kidnapped me again.
Good evening, welcome back to Synergy Bonus. I'm Vigorex, this is Spoony Paladin, and Vulgaris Magistralis joining us this evening.
And on Sunday,
He rides
rides Mastodon.
That's mammoth.
Zum Tag Mastodon.
Okay, Mastodon, fine. Taking a time out of his busy schedule, cooking on an active volcano and hiding from Steven Spielberg.
Great song.
Heidelberg, yeah, little shout out.
It's actually a cover by Ida Vogue.
I have to look up the original.
Yeah. Something tells me it won't be nearly as entertaining.
No.
Yeah. Tonight we are drinking Young's Double Chocolate Stout, a product of England. So not really a microbrewery as we would normally do. It's chocolate and a stout. It's tasty.
It's pretty tasty, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Better than that.
It's very smooth. It doesn't have the usual thick, sort of milky feel that a stout, chocolate stout does.
Better than that coffee stout that we had a couple episodes ago.
Absolutely. Yep.
And Greg, what are you drinking?
Coke and Akavit. Well, Diet Coke.
Diet coconut. Beverage of kings. All right, so this evening we're taking a swipe at
A very large swipe.
or several very
Like a
small
whole
apple
pizza-sized swipe?
A pizza-sized
It's a
swipe.
size swipe at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game for the Nintendo Entertainment System, released by Ultra Games in 1989.
What Konami originally was.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's just code for we're ripping on Konami yet again.
Well, I think this is our first time ripping on Konami. I think we've beat up Capcom enough the last few times.
I take pot shots constantly at Konami.
Yes, you do. This is fair, and, all's fair in loving gaming. And
Just a warning, if you haven't played this game, run now.
It's a fantastic game. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not a fantastic game, but it's a playable
It's
game.
an enjoyable
This game
game.
sold over
It's just
4 million copies. This was Nintendo Power's Game of the Year in 1989.
And out of the players, how many have actually beaten it?
I beat it with a cheat. I'll explain that.
Don't use utility powers. We'll use the game genie.
Exactly.
And there's a reason for that.
It's called the fucking damn stage.
We're gonna.
No, I got the damn pretty handily.
Okay. Trav, why don't you just...
Alright, the mechanics behind the game are pretty simple. It kind of borrows off the Legend of Zelda 2 Adventure of Link theory in that you've got these top-down overworld map stages that you go through and drop into a building through a door, down through a manhole cover.
Don't get hit by a car.
That's a steamroller, actually.
Steamroller, yep. And where you enter a 2D side-scrolling action stage where it becomes very platformery. You can cycle through the 4 turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Donatello, each one having a different weapon that has a different attack speed, a different strength, and a different angle of attack. Like Leo has an overhead arc, Raph straight out.
Raph's is a short range.
It's a very short range, very powerful twirl of the size. Yeah.
But you have to be basically point blank to hit anyone.
Yes. Right. Mikey's got a little more reach, obviously.
Mikey's the average one in all regards. He's got average reach, average power, average speed.
I use Donatello for the most part because he's got the longest reach. Wasn't as powerful as Leo's sword.
Actually, no. He's the slowest and the most powerful.
Really?
The longest reach.
That
It's an
surprises me.
overhand strike with a bow staff.
Yeah. Actually,
You can
it's
go
straight out.
It's a straight
up,
poke.
down. Yep. Leo is the fastest, and he's got the most protective arc over his head. But he's also by far the weakest strike.
Did not know that.
It's good if you're playing a defensive game.
I would have flip-flopped those, not gonna lie. But the other thing is...
Donatello, you have to use very strategically. Raphael, you have to use very aggressively and kill stuff before it can hit you. Leo is actually a very defensive game because he does very light damage, but
he's good at
protects
deflecting
himself
shots.
and deflects.
I'm gonna get to the using the very what did you say? Strategically. That's
strategic part.
But yeah, each turtle has their own life bar, which is actually really, really nice because when you start getting jacked up as one turtle, you can switch to the other, find a pizza slice later on, they're good. However, when your turtles die,
they don't die. They get captured by the Foot Clan.
I don't know. If you get run over by a steamroller, you're pretty fucking dead.
Okay, according to the instruction booklet, they get captured by the Foot Clan. And this is reflected in the fact that starting in Stage 3, in every single stage, you can rescue a turtle.
It's true. It really is true. So, getting to this strategic part, your first area is just a basic downtown area, and you can actually skip most of the area by staying on the streets. Just avoid the steamrollers, go down to the sewer, and you fight Bebop down there. Here's the first strategy. Bebop will charge you, and he'll keep charging into the wall. You just jump over him. He gets some sort of mental disability and just keeps running into that wall. You're behind him, and you're just...
It's a prime opportunity to use Raph, because he doesn't move around all that much.
Yep.
You just whale him down real fast.
Real quick before we go on to any more of this, iconic villains in this are Bebop, Rocksteady, Shredder, Metalhead.
It's actually not. It's the Mecha Turtle. A lot of people...
I always thought it was Metalhead.
A lot of people think that it was, but it actually wasn't, because he hadn't been introduced in the cartoon yet.
And I suppose the Technodrome is
It's an iconic setting.
Yeah. There are foot soldiers, but to me they don't look like...
Actually
no, he doesn't.
Okay.
There are foot soldiers, but they don't really
look like foot soldiers.
Well, they do and they don't. A lot of the artwork and stuff, because the cartoon was only in its second season, a lot of the artwork and such is taken from the original comics. That's why if you look at the original box cover here,
and they look really pissed.
Well, what I was getting at is in the original box cover, if you look, all of the bandanas are all red, which is a throwback to the original comics where they all were red. It was later for the children's cartoon where they each got their own colors.
Differentiated.
Kids could differentiate them.
But some of the other villains are just very... I don't know. Just I don't care for them. There's
The giant Mauser's kind of nice.
The giant Mauser's kind of nice, but there's like a weird lizard snake type man.
He's
There's
not
like
really
this
a boss.
a mini boss.
Yeah.
Some of them just seemed like cliche, regular Nintendo platforming game
Enemy that they
It's
threw
like,
in there. There's like
what
a
is
little,
it? We don't know.
There's
Kill.
like a stone guy that comes out. I don't know if they were going for one of the Rock Warriors.
Again, season 2, they haven't been introduced yet.
So I don't. Like, a lot of the enemies don't make a whole lot of sense.
Canonically, they don't make sense. They don't fit. I thought for the longest time, because I didn't play this game until I was a bit older, that the steamroller thing was actually just supposed to be the knucklehead prowling the streets.
Yeah. For the time, this game was actually really pretty. It had some cutscenes, opening cutscenes. I remember being, like 4, 5 years old or whatnot. One of my neighbors had gotten this for his NES, and little kids do. You just kind of flock over to the neighbor's house,
especially in the late '80s, early '90s. Where
but the problem is
Ninja Turtles attached to it.
Well, I used to live in the city, and then you got people standing outside the house, like peering in the window just to watch us. And I remember seeing that opening cutscene where Shredder's on the TV with he's kidnapped April, and it shows all the turtles. It's so cool. I loved it. And as a kid, I did love this game. I mean, I can't say I didn't love it because I did. I mean,
probably going to try to stick a link to that opening below if we can find one.
But then that kind of goes into it. Shredder has kidnapped April. Go rescue her. That first area, the boss to rescue April is Rocksteady. And here's the strategy with him. I used to take Donatello, and there's like boxes because you're in a warehouse. There's just enough space for you to get on top of the box. When Rocksteady comes at you,
he can't jump up.
He can't jump up, but you can strike down with the bow, and it's not going to hit all the time.
But
the way Rocksteady's sprite moves, it moves up just enough to get hit. So you time it perfectly. You're not going to take damage. Rocksteady's going to go down. You're going to get that busty 8-bit sprite of April, and it's something.
It's something else. At which point she will continually give you her support for the rest of the game while doing absolutely nothing.
You have my support.
Yeah.
And then we go to the dam, and
because this is where the plot of the next thing. April overheard Rocksteady and Bebop talking that Shredder planted bombs at the dam on the Hudson River, which I don't think there actually is a dam on the Hudson River, but whatever.
That'd be like so far upstate that how would they have gotten there in time? Like,
you're
talking like getting up to Lake Champlain.
To be fair,
well, it's because it's a complete distraction. Because after you disable the bombs on the dam, which you've not done, so I'm not surprised you don't know this. You get back to the lair.
They kidnap Splinter.
You get back to the lair, and it's trashed, and it was all a distraction so that Shredder could kidnap Splinter.
Yeah.
To lure you guys downtown.
But to be fair, though...
Where you get to drive the turtle van.
Real quick, though, but, the dam on the Hudson River and whatnot. To be fair, the Turtles games don't make a lot of sense.
At all.
Because...
Number 2 did, though.
Number 2 did. Number 3, I'm thinking, they're in Miami, and they surf all the way back to Manhattan. Come on. That is ridiculous. I mean, yes, they meet a sub halfway
It's
there.
like the 1980s kind of thing, like the way, the Toxic Avenger windsurfed to Japan.
He's in Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He goes through the Panama Canal.
All right,
Unless
so...
he didn't go around Cape Good Hope.
Yeah.
So before we go on to the city
Cape
stage...
Horn, which one is it?
What?
Cape Horn or Cape Good Hope?
Cape Good Hope.
But the dam stage, a lot of people get frustrated with the stage, and this is where most people quit playing the game. One, when you're inside the dam, there's a jump where you think you have to jump, you don't.
No,
you
just
walk
gotta walk.
right across.
And they repeat this throughout the game. It's a weird. If you
It's
have
not
this
fair.
one space,
But you
just
never
walk
get a
across.
warning for it.
Because every time you try to jump, you'll just fall down the hole. It's not like you die
not
when you
fair.
fall down the hole,
Yeah, it's
but
not-
like enemies respawn, and it's just very
very
disheartening.
frustrating, disheartening. But they do kind of have a teachable moment, and not there, but in the next stage, which is backwards, is poor design. But in one of the buildings, there's a spot where you literally don't have enough headroom
To jump
to
and
jump
just
at
walk
all.
across.
So you just walk across, and it teaches you can walk across those holes, which becomes very important later on at the Air Force Base when you're getting the turtle blimp.
Yep. So after you go through the dam there, you jump in the water and you gotta disable the bombs. And there's a time limit, there's electrifying seaweed, and there's lasers.
These big
And my
spin
personal
wheel, pinning
favorite-
wheel things.
And it's
My
making
personal
you want to
favorite-
rush, but it'll get you killed.
These this like I don't even know what you would call it, algae, something. It just like if you touch it, it just grabs you and you're dead. Turtle's dead. Moving on.
Captured.
Yeah. See, I don't recall that. Weird
Yes,
stuff.
I mean you've got the electrifying stuff.
Yep.
It's easily avoidable, but sometimes it's not because if you're trying to avoid something, you might get caught in it.
Huh.
I can show you later.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me.
Castlevania style, you touched water. Game over.
Yeah,
So it's touching water and
you're gonna
water.
have
So to
to
speak.
find me a shot of that algae stuff because I played a lot of this game and I never had an insta death on the.
But there is. It pulls you down and kills you.
My problem is with the timer for that whole damn
Yes.
stage thing is
And if
okay.
you-
I gotta rush.
If you missed
you don't.
one, if you missed one of the things, you got to the end of the stage. You're only going to have a few seconds because,
It's timed out pretty tight and perfect. You have to
Yeah,
hit them in a specific order.
you'll have enough time if you hit them in the specific
The
order. But
trick
if you
that
miss
both of
one,
these guys are missing is that if you
I
take
was
out a
6.
yeah, I was 7. No, wait, I was
You said you played it when you were older.
9. Yes. If you let the turtle die, usually in my case, Raph, get captured.
the timer resets.
Timer resets. The bombs don't.
I don't know. By that time, I was usually hurting pretty bad
Yeah.
on turtles.
Because it is the third stage.
Type, yeah. And like they'd be rough on life for the most part.
And I played very aggressive.
And that's just the nature of how some of the NES games were played back
Yeah.
then. Then you go to the city stage, which this is where I would regularly get hung up. I never got hung up on the dam. It was the city stage because you've got to find missiles for the turtle van and to break barricades. And
So wait, you never got caught up on the dam, yet the only way you got past it was through a cheat code.
no, I beat the dam without a cheat code. The city is where I had to use a cheat code because there are limited missiles, and you've got to find Splinter.
You've got
and
12 you've got 12 missiles. There are, I think, like 17 barricades you have to pick and choose.
Yes, and I would constantly. It's like,
Get
oh,
the
I got to
wrong
go
one.
into this building to get my next set of missiles because I
Ran out.
went the wrong way. I ran out, and it was just a game where you did that. And then you had to get the rope.
Yep.
Because if you don't have the rope, you can't cross the city buildings. Once you can finally cross the city building, you can go fight.
What he's talking about is toward the end of the stage. Once you've gotten through all the barricades, you get into a building, find your way up, and you find yourself on the rooftops, and you have to swing across from rooftop to rooftop using the grapple line.
And that's pretty much like right about there is where I would have issues with the stage.
And when you get to the end of that,
You
which
fight-
is the thing, because it's the end of the stage, right? There's the boss where you fight the Mecha Turtle.
Which Mecha Turtle, compared to Bebop and Rocksteady, actually requires a little bit of strategy. So
a little bit of strategy, and well, no, you used a lot of strategy on
Right,
basic strategy on both of them.
yes, but to be fair, they're special characters. Like they're not smart.
The Mecha Turtle, he's got a 2-phase fight. The first phase, you just wail on him with like Mike or Raph.
Then his head pops off.
Or Don. Then the head pops up and starts flying around, and you almost have to switch to Mike or Leo for the overhead.
You mean Don or Leo?
No. Because they have the overhead arc in the way they strike.
Mm-hmm.
Mike swings his nunchucks. Leo swings his katana. No, but it's a 2D game. How else are you going to animate it? And the other thing that you could do, I mentioned the little gap in one of the buildings earlier that you can't jump across that teaches you can walk across them. There's a special weapon there that it took me a long time to realize. It's supposed to be like a Chinese or Japanese scroll that has a spread attack to it. It kind of looks like a stick of dynamite.
It's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
It's a fantastic thing. But there's only like 4 shots of it hidden in the entire city. You want to save all 4 shots for when the Mecha Turtle's head comes off. Because if you can hit him with just 3 of those 4 shots,
it's done.
He's done. It's over.
And like, this is where I had to cheat. And then we go to the Air Force Base, which isn't too terribly bad. There's a lot of stuff.
I think it's supposed to be an Air Force Base. I think it's actually supposed to just be...
an airport?
Yeah, it's just supposed to be an airport in New York City because you're getting the turtle blimp.
JFK.
Probably.
LaGuardia.
Maybe.
But like, there's a lot of stuff that comes at you there, and you're there at night, which is a really cool aesthetic until you get into the building, then it's just a normal building again.
And the Foot Clan is like helicopters and stuff going by, dropping bombs on you when you're in the overworld.
But there's also sewers there that you can go through too.
And the sewers are all numbered. They are. Makes it so much easier to navigate. They go from 1 to 3 to,
After you get that, you go to the Technodrome, which you have to fight the Technodrome. And the sprite of the turtle to the sprite of the Technodrome isn't to scale, and it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous fight.
Like you're like 1/3 the size of the Technodrome. He's going to post a picture of it.
Yeah. Like the Technodrome from the cartoons, if you've never seen a shot of it or whatever, it's
big and it's
huge, Tom.
Yeah, it was loosely based on the dome at Epcot Center.
With a giant eyeball.
With a giant eyeball.
And a laser gun.
Guns and lasers and tank treads on the bottom.
I love the Technodrome. I love the I wish I had that as a kid.
Yeah.
Down at my parents' place, I have a whole box full of the old
turtle stuff.
toys.
Yeah, same
except for the blimp, which my brother.
I never had the blimp.
No,
I never had any of the things except for
the only accessory I had was the turtle van.
The only accessory I had was this belt thing that you could put around, and like you could tie up string across your house, and like he just kind of rolls across it.
Had the blimp, had the turtle lair, had the Technodrome, had the turtle van.
Yep.
My brother popped the balloon for the turtle blimp.
I just had the basic turtles and some of the basic villains, and then when the later movies came out, the shape-shifting, mutating ones were basically Transformers.
Yeah. Anyways,
we had to run down to the other neighborhood kids who had all of the toys, like the Knucklehead and the Mousers and all that.
I had all the turtles, and my brother had all the He-Man. He had the better toys.
I don't know. The Turtles ones are pretty cool, though. I like Slash. Anyways, we could do a
We're
little...
nostalgia-ing here, man.
But after that, like, you fight the Technodrome.
You fight the Technodrome, and it's an interesting fight. It's a really challenging fight. There's no good turtle or good tactic for it.
It does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it hits hard, and the turtles that are best suited to hit it are either too slow, or you have to jump.
Not enough damage.
Doesn't do enough damage with Leonardo. Leonardo's got the best chance of hitting anything.
But this is going to be a very long, drawn out.
But you're kind of screwed if you're using Raph because
Raph. I don't even think you can actually hit the eyeball with Raph.
I think you can.
You're going to be jumping constantly, and it's not outside the realm of Raph just going psychotic and trying to stab something.
Then you go inside the Technodrome, and it's kind of challenging in there too. And then you fight Shredder, who's got an instant kill ray.
Yep.
It's
demutization.
Yeah,
it's a demutation. That's actually the major plot behind the thing, is that he's got a demutation ray, which they think they can use to make Splinter human again. So naturally, when he hits you with it, you turn into a regular turtle again. There's no rescuing you from that.
He didn't kill you, though.
Everything kills you in this game. I don't care if you're captured. You fucking die.
Like in the Air Force Base in the sewers, there are spots where you're jumping over, like, turbines. You fall on that, you're not getting captured.
All right. There's a stage, I don't know if it's in the city or the Air Force Base, but when you're in the sewers, there's water there. If you're a turtle and you fall in the water, you die.
Yeah, Castlevania style.
Would you really want to get into New York City's water? In the 80s.
I mean, look, freaking Jason was in the sewers, and Jason Takes Manhattan. They flushed the toxic waste through that. So
I mean, on the upside, it's not the Los Angeles River.
Oh.
yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, it's not a terrible game. It's really difficult, and it's got its flaws. But it is playable. That's the thing. It is
still
very
a good
playable.
game. It's just
It's got some catchy music, although there's not a whole lot of different tracks to the game.
However, I prefer number 2 infinitely more.
Number 2 is a far superior game, and I think we will talk about that.
Also, the fact that it was definitely designed for an arcade cabinet because you can play with all your friends.
And that's the thing. We'll actually compare the two. I've played both of them. Mm-hmm. I've actually done a coin count to see how long it would take to beat number 2. $22.75 it took me to beat the game on the arcade. The NES one, not so much.
I've often said that there's been a hugely missed opportunity. You got 4 turtles. Why not do an RPG?
Could be interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the Turtles have made such a comeback here in the last few years. Yeah. So maybe...
They go through, rises.
Cycles.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see something.
Maybe.
But I enjoyed the game.
I don't know that I'd be comfortable with Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles as a game.
You mean that abortion of a series?
That's the one.
Which was filmed near us, by the way. Just heads up.
30 miles away for the sequence when they were on the highway. Hi, Buffalo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it for what it was.
Fantastic game for its time.
I don't think Greg liked it as much as we did. You probably liked it up to the dam.
I was a kid when I played it, so I was like, this is a hard game. Turtles are awesome.
That's pretty much it. Like, it's like, this is hard. Who cares, Ninja Turtles?
Yep.
But yeah, I would love to hear your stories. We would just love to hear your take on the Ninja Turtles game. Hell, if you want to talk about Ninja Turtles figures in the comments, just leave them. I'd love to hear that
I
stuff.
had one of the ones where you could pop their heads in and out.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. But
infinite number of these things.
Yeah, you know,
the pizza launcher.
I remember the pizza launcher. The accessories were weird, but anyways, have a good night.
Good night and good gaming.